In the world of computerized system validation, there's been this one question that just keeps coming up year after year: human versus machine. Is automation really trustworthy? Or do you absolutely need that human touch for true validation? Well, let's dig in and find out.
I'm sure you've heard this before. This single idea has been the rulebook for decades. And what did it get us? Libraries full of binders, just stuffed with screenshots from manual system checks. It's a whole philosophy built on human oversight that, as we're about to see, has actually created some pretty significant problems.
So, this reliance on manual testing, it isn't just some old habit we can't shake. It's actually the biggest bottleneck in the entire validation process, and it really comes down to three key weaknesses.
First off, manual scripts are just brittle. Think about it. A developer moves a button, maybe just 2 pixels to the left. For the user, it's no big deal. But for that validation script, the screenshot no longer matches, the test fails, and now the script has to be rewritten and re-executed, all for 2 pixels.
Second, they are so slow. A full regression test suite, the thing you run to make sure a new update doesn't break all the old features, can take weeks to run manually. That's a huge delay in getting critical software out the door.
And finally, let's be real. They're prone to human error. I mean, can you imagine clicking the same button and taking the same screenshot hundreds of times in a row? It's completely mind-numbing. Testers get tired, their attention starts to wander, and it's just so easy to miss small but critical details. The very process designed to ensure quality can end up introducing risk. Kind of ironic, right?
Okay, so if the old way is broken, what does the new way look like? And we're not just talking about those simple record and playback tools from back in the day. We're talking about a fundamentally smarter approach, one that's powered by AI, and it completely changes the game with 3 core capabilities.
And what's really cool is how these capabilities directly solve the problems we just talked about. First, you have self-healing. Remember that brittle script that broke when a button moved? An AI bot understands the context, it sees the label, the location, the history, and it automatically heals the script. This drastically cuts down on maintenance. Next up is visual validation. An AI can compare a screen to a perfect golden master image and spot pixel-perfect differences a human would absolutely never notice, catching errors before they ever go live. And finally, there's data generation. Instead of someone slowly typing in data, an AI can create and test thousands of unique inputs, different names, dates, dosages, you name it, to really stress test a system and find those weird hidden bugs.
So here's the crucial question. Does all this advanced tech mean the human validation engineer is obsolete? Not a chance. But it definitely means their role is changing. It's all about finding a new, more powerful balance.
And this illustrates that new balance perfectly. We're looking at an 80-20 split. AI is perfectly positioned to take over about 80% of all that repetitive, time-consuming scripting work. And what does that do? It frees up the human experts to focus on the 20% where they are absolutely irreplaceable.
So here's how that 80-20 split actually plays out. On the left, in the AI's 80%, you have tasks like regression testing, smoke testing after every single deployment, and load testing to simulate thousands of users. They're repetitive, they're predictable, they're perfect for a bot. Now on the right, you've got the human's 20%. This is exploratory testing, using your intuition and curiosity to try and break the system. It's UX validation, deciding if a workflow feels clunky or confusing. And it's making those complex, subjective decisions that require real-world judgment. This is the work that requires creativity and critical thinking, not just clicking a mouse. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds really efficient, but is it compliant? What does the FDA have to say about handing over 80% of our testing to an AI? Well, here's the thing. The FDA isn't just accepting this shift. They are actively encouraging it. Their official Computer Software Assurance Guidance, or CSA, specifically promotes using automated testing tools to increase efficiency and focus human attention on the high-risk areas. Of course, there is one crucial condition. The automation tool itself has to be validated. You have to prove that your tool works correctly and reliably. But once you've done that, its results are considered just as valid as a human signature, and, you could probably argue, even more reliable.
So where does all this leave us? Well, it's clear this isn't just a trend. It's a fundamental evolution of the validation engineer's role. It's about moving away from just manual execution and toward strategic oversight. AI isn't coming for the job, it's coming for the repetitive tasks within the job. The engineers who embrace these tools,
who learn to leverage them will become exponentially more valuable than those who insist on doing things the old, manual way.
Ultimately, this hybrid approach is about elevation. By offloading all the boring, brittle, and slow scripts to AI bots, your team is finally freed up to focus on the high-value work that truly requires human intellect and creativity.
The future of efficient, compliant validation is already here. The only question left is, are you ready for it?